Here in Italy, in the 80s, we had a TV commercial which stated, "I have a great idea in my head," and the idea about the head was for hair transplant or something like this. If you know this particular commercial, you know that I am very old. This year I'm gonna be 50, and I'm not so scared because I have a lot of things to think about, but I'm tired. Why cannot I be rich and that's it? I don't want to work anymore for tedious clients like the one I have a meeting today with. Please let me be alone and in peace. Okay, a couple weeks ago, I stated that indie developers cannot sustain the pay once, use forever business model for their apps. This generated a little discussions, and that's okay. I think it's great when people talk with each other, sharing their ideas and their point of views. And I want today to be more focused on one particular thing, and then sharing with you an idea that I had. Particular thing number one, software development is changing because things are changing today. I think that the base software is already there. I don't think there's any need for another text editor or even a video editor just to compare two opposite stuff of two different things, okay? One very simple and one very complicated. Everything is already there. Maybe you can make things better. Maybe you can think something different, but the base software is already there. The things that you can add are new features and new workflows on this software. So the things that you can develop today are not the things that you developed 10 years ago or 20 years ago, because now software is more focused on services and not on procedures. Okay, you can always develop something that can do just a simple one thing. But the more important and the more relevant and the more richer software and the more capable of revenue software are software that are based on services. Take this text and translate it into another language, or take this audio file and transcribe it, or take this text and transform it into an image. All this kind of stuff that a single developer cannot do. But you have to rely on other services. Okay, maybe Transcriber and all Whisper-based software made their fortune with the double quotes, on an open source framework, on an open source model that very kindly OpenAI released to the world. But today we come to large model version 3. I don't know if the fourth version will be free for use. I think at some point OpenAI will say, okay, we need to be paid for this development we did. And so there are other services, maybe even better, that can do diarization, dialogue isolation, a lot of stuff that can be done with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is so resource demanding, you cannot run on a single machine on your computer. It has to be executed on a server farm somewhere in the cloud. And if you work on someone else's computer, then you have to pay. And so if your software is a simple shell or a very gigantic construction built upon a service that is not yours, then each time the user uses the software, you pay for this service. And then you have to make the user pay, or else you are losing money while the user uses your software. So the software of the future, this class of apps, will be pay-per-use or subscription-based. It can't be different. And so software of the future will be subscription-based or pay-per-use. This is a strong and bold opinion, I know that, but I don't think it's opinion at all, because that's the way it is. Or you can use free versions of this kind of stuff and then pay with yourself, your data, with your personal data. It's up to you. And so for indie developers like me, which 90% of the times develop apps that are not based on someone else's services, what can we do? Is it possible to continue this kind of pay once and then use forever? Yes and no. Because if you still continue to maintain the app and work hours, days on updating your app and adding features, then you're working for free for all your clients who already purchased your app. How can we do things in a different way? Well, I invented a new business model for indie developers. You try the app for free for 1 week. That's the way I do with my own store, with the apps that I sell directly, okay? And then if you choose to purchase, you purchase the app. And then And that's the interesting part for the developers. The app never updates. You pay for the app that you purchased, for the feature that the app has in the exact moment you buy it. That's it. If you want to buy an update, the price will be proportional to the number of features that you added since that moment. Maybe you purchase an app for, let's say, $20, and then after a year you added a lot of features that for you are valued, let's say, $5. Then if you want to buy the new version of the app, the current version of the app, you have to buy the delta, the difference, $5. And then it stops updating. I think this is genius. I know that this is not feasible. And in the comment, you will say a lot of things saying to me, you're a bad person, you're too greedy, you're evil. Okay, that's it. But think about it. If you buy a microwave oven, the microwave oven doesn't update. It works that way. Okay? If you want something new, a different way to warm things in a microwave, you have to buy another microwave. That's my idea. What do you think about it? Okay, please write down in the comments below this video whatever you think about this kind of argument. I know that this can lead to a very long discussion and a very long and tedious argumentation from both sides. And I don't like this because I don't want to pay every time I use an app. I have a very, very, very little number of subscription as a customer because I get this kind of business model. But is it feasible in the long term? I don't know. Write down below the comments. And if you like this kind of content, if you like me, if you like this strange Italian guy who talks about development and TV commercial, yes, that's it. Please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell to be notified when a new video is coming to you, to your brain, directly from these devices. A conference call is waiting for me and I don't want to participate because they will ask me to do a lot of stuff and they don't want to pay me anything. And I will say to them, Suka! In Italian, we have to say Suka! If you're Italian, you know what I'm talking about. If you're from another country, please never say Suka to an Italian because it's a very bad thing to do. Okay? And then for today, that's all. So, 3, 2, 1, ciaone! And today I'm very, 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 today is strange. Today is hard.